but the problem is, and sometimes we give our, our Phemex links out on the webinar, and people go and open up accounts and they start trading without understanding what they're doing. And then they get caught in situations where they don't know what they're doing. And now they're messaging us. Hey, I did this, I followed what you said on the webinar. And I'm like, well, you don't even know what you're doing and you're taking trades. So now we're fielding questions for people who couldn't afford the mastermind. They've been on the webinar, they open accounts, they're starting to trade, they don't know what they're doing, and they're emailing us tons of questions. So we said we gotta do something to help these people so they at least have the basic understanding of what's going on. So that's that. And we thought that was the right thing to do. All right, let me put this over here. We are live. Spencer, is the academy the same content in the school classroom? No. We put together a whole suite of different, there are maybe a couple things like the scam, the scam category that teaches people how to avoid scams and stuff like that. But there are definitely a different set of trainings. It's mostly basic stuff. There might be a couple of videos in there that's how to set up your chart or something like that. But really the value in the mastermind, guys, is the live, what we're on right now, all the live access, and the 24/7 chat and the DMs with all of us, and the obviously the school training as well. But these guys are just going to get a basic version, and not only that, but they can book a call in there if they, once they learn enough and make enough, or if they grow, if they're able to do anything with it, they can always join the mastermind later. Most of them want to.
I have a quick question as well, Nico.
Yes, sir.
Because it's Black Friday, I want to get Market Cipher. Could you just drop a quick link to your referral in the chat so that you get your
I can.
whatever
Yep.
you get from them? Yeah.
And just so you
Okay.
know, if you can see my screen, just so you know, guys, it is, if you go into the Discord and you go up to official links, it is right here.
Oh, okay.
But I will share it in here as well, just so you have it.
Okay. And is there two levels of that thing? I mean, is there a normal and an advanced? And if so, which one do we need?
There is a yearly or lifetime
Oh,
or a
okay. That's
business
all.
option.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's the Market Cipher link. I just shared it in the chat to everyone as well, in the Zoom chat. This is not necessary. So if you're in this group and you're wondering what we're talking about here, this is an indicator bundle. If you go there, it's going to take you to this landing page. This is not my company. I don't have anything to do with it. This is other than it's a very good charting software, and I do use it on my Trading View. So if I go over to Trading View down here, this is Trading View, and I go into my indicators here. See all this? Market Cipher, Market Cipher A, Market Cipher B. If I click on Market Cipher, and it puts it on the bottom of my chart down here. Let me get rid of, well, let me show you this first while we're over here. We do have, let's see, I am on the weekly. It does look like the blue line is crossing the orange line to the upside, which is bullish. So let me get rid of this for a second and then bring Market Cipher up. All right. Something is there. Oh. So Market Cipher down here, and it's a different company altogether. It's just one of the best indicator software bundles that I've seen. That's why I have it, and that's why I refer people to it. Because if you're going to invest in anything outside of Crypto Renegades, this would be one thing you would have on your Trading View. You do need a pro Trading View account, I believe, in order to have this up there, in order to be able to upload software. And I think that's as little as $14 a month. I'm not sure, or you can pay for the year. So you do need that, but this is not necessary to be in. William says use code gobble gobble for 65% off. So even if you use my link, guys, use my referral link, just put the code gobble gobble in and you'll get a big discount. But I think that, guys, whenever you use a referral link, it automatically includes all discounts.
I just threw that in there just to be safe.
Yeah, I
Better
appreciate it.
not need it than need it and not have it.
Yeah. If you're on like first of all, the guy who created this, his name is Crypto Face. He has a YouTube channel, Crypto Face. He trades live with millions of dollars. He's a character. He's loud, obnoxious. He drinks while he's trading. He says the craziest off the wall stuff. He's playing rap music. He's a young guy, but he makes millions of dollars trading. He doesn't teach like we do, but he does go live and he trades. But because his whole thing is showing you how he's using Market Cipher to make money. Market Cipher is his invention, his creation, which is this bundle down here. And as you can see down here on Market Cipher, when I pull it up, I am on the weekly time frame. You see these red dots, and down here you see these green dots. So this is the money flow flowing out. And then when this wave crests, it looks like a wave, right? You see the crest of the wave. This is the top of the wave. And once it crests over, this light blue gets less and less and less, comes to a point, red dot. And then as you can see, when that red dot happened, if you would have went short there, you would have been able to ride it all the way down to here. And where it was down here, look at this, right? When this hit right here, look at that down the bottom, green dot. If you would have went long on that green dot, you would have precisely got out of this short at the right time and then rode that up to where? Red dot. Now we're down. Now we're coming down again. Now this is getting ready to close. This is getting ready to crest around. So it looks like it's turning, but this is a weekly time frame, and there's 2 days and 7 hours left of this. So it may not happen as fast. But if I go down to the daily, you'll see we already had a green dot down here on the daily, and it is climbing up already. And that's why we're having this little pump to the upside on Bitcoin. And also, if you look at this, let me go back to my other chart real quick. If you look, you'll see, whoops. You'll see we did break to the upside of this downward trending channel. And we are heading up towards, this overall downward trending resistance line. And there's 3 things happening here. So I'm gonna draw it just so you can see it with a different color here. We have basically this. 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 So we have this downward trending resistance. We have this angled upward trending, which was support. We were above it for a long time. We got below it, and now we're coming back up to that as resistance. And then we have this, which is the 90. This is the 100,000 mark right on Bitcoin right here. So what we need to do is this needs to get above right there. That's probably where it's going to happen, right on the crux. We're going to get above that, hold as support, probably be in this little channel for a minute. And we need to break above the 100 for us to be ready to get back. Now there's going to be, well, let me get rid of that. There's going to be a couple resistance lines along the way. Here's one of them. What we had, that's the 107. We're going to have support, resistance. That will be a resistance level there. And then the next one up above that is right around the 112, 113 level, which was major support and resistance as well. Let me go to a higher time frame so you can see it. Why does everything look weird here? All right, Resistance, support, support, support. So once we get up here to this level of, it's probably around the one. Yeah, 112. Then we're going to be reaching for a new all-time high. But here is what has to happen first. For any of that to happen, guys, we do need to get above the 100. So this is important. We need to get above this. We need to get above this overall upward trend. I'm going to change the color of this just so we know what we're talking about. This blue line right here. This was the major upward trending support going all the way back to down here at the 15.5, which was the beginning of the bull market. Upward trending support. We broke below it here, came all the way down to 80K, and now we're climbing back up. So we do need to get above that blue line, and I have a feeling it's going to happen right here where we have the upward trending blue line, right where the downward trending resistance line is. It's got to go through that. Otherwise, it's just going to be resistance, guys. So it's either going to go through it like I have depicted here, or it's going to come up and hit it right on that corner and then break back to the downside. So we don't want that. We want it to continue up. We want this channel to continue up. So it's either going to do that or it's going to come up into the hit resistance here and then fall back down. And then that would then turn into another lower low, right? That could happen. But that's not what we want. And that would be one of these jobs. That would be just a continuation of this downward trending channel. You can see it here. Boom, boom, boom. Lower highs, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So we need to hit that and break through in order for us to get back and have another run at the upside. Otherwise, it's just going to be one of these where we come up, boom, break to the downside, come up, boom, break to the downside. Now, if it breaks to the downside and it still holds above 90 here and then breaks out over here and tries to climb again, that'll be good. But if it breaks to the downside of this upward trending channel right here and breaks the 90, then I'm afraid that we'll be shorting it, guys. So it won't matter to us. We'll make money either way. But right now we're in profit on the way up. I'm up 41% on the Bitcoin long that I gave. I'm up 60% on the XRP trade. I don't know, 60 XRP, 11%. 60 XRP. And it's just now coming into profit on those two trades. I still have another long position where my entry was $2.49 on XRP, which is way up here. And I just stayed in that trade for a while now. So because I'm expecting it to come back up. But this is where we're at, guys. I mean, as you can see, we had a couple big drops. Every time we hit the top of this resistance, we came back to the bottom. We hit the top, came back to the bottom. Hit the top, came back to the bottom. This time we went through the bottom, which is this blue line, and now we're coming back up to retest it. So we need to get back above it. There was a couple times in history where we did wick below like this one. We wicked all the way down. We wicked below the blue line and wicked all the way down to 48K, and then we popped back above it. And then even here, we wicked down below it, popped back above it. Percentage-wise, that was a 8.89% drop below the blue line. And this time, 14%. Not that much more. I know it seems bigger up here, but 14% drop below the blue line. Now we're coming back up. And we're less than maybe 3 or 4% away from it now. So if we can get back above that, then that's great news for the remainder of this bull market. And it does make sense, guys, because historically, in every bull market prior to this one, November going into December was the biggest pumps. So like as high as 40%. So if we did pump back up 40%, that would look like this. From the bottom here, right here at 80K, if we pump back up 40%, that would bring us right up to a new all-time high. Right here. And guess where that would bring us to? Right at the top of this upward trending resistance line. Somewhere up in this range. 136, anywhere from 136 to 140K. And that would make sense. And that would be perfectly understandable and expect. And I'm hoping that happens, obviously. But if it doesn't, if we can't get above this blue line, guys, then we're going to be shorting on the way down. That's what we're looking at on Bitcoin. By the way, guys, this call is not going to be long because of the holidays. I got family members sitting here. I'm sure you guys still have family, but the reason why is because there's really not much going on in the market. We are in 2 long positions already on Bitcoin and XRP. And of course, I'll answer any questions you guys have. But look at this is XRP. XRP came to the top, came all the way to the bottom, and just done this a couple times. Here's the floor down here. Went to the top, came down to the bottom, wicked through, went to the top, this was the big drop on October 10th. Boom, came back up into the channel and then slowly grinded its way down to the floor again. I have this as layers. That's why this is like this, because we have the floor, which is this blue zone. I made a couple times when we wicked below it, just a little bit. Right here, and right here. And now we're climbing back up. We're all the way back up into this channel. Let me get rid of all that stuff. We're back up into this channel, which is all good news. And so what are we trying to do here with XRP? We want it to get, and by the way, guys, it's a nice little bull flag formation. Inside of the flag on the daily. And we are hoping for a break to the upside, which is probably going to happen because it is already upward trending and bullish. And that would bring us outside of this downward trending channel. Now, it would still have to hold. You can see it's done this before where it's got above it and then fell back below. So it would have to get above it and hold as support, or just keep going, but it doesn't even have to go that high above it. But if it gets above it, we want it to stay above this downward trend channel. That means that this trend is no longer. The trend is your friend until the end. This would be the end of the trend. And then that would be a nice pump to the upside. I would say that would bring us all the way back up to this level. So I'm going to stay long. I'm long down here. I'm going to stay long. And I'm going to, once it gets a little bit above here, it gets up to this level, I will move my stop loss into profit. Let me just look where my stop loss is. I don't want to move it right now into profit because I'm just barely into profit. So here's my stop loss. Here's my liquidation. But once it gets up here and breaks this level, I will move my stop loss up into profit. Right now, I'm going to leave it alone. Any questions on that? Let me look. You have to capitalize the gobble gobble to get to the lifetime market cipher for 525, not 15. That's a major discount. I would take advantage of that, guys. That is a major discount.
Nico, are you going to post this?
Post what?
You're long.
I mean, I've been long. Yeah, I posted it already. If you go into the trade signal channel, this was my longs from a couple days ago. I'm still in them. But I already did. And here's my current open positions. That was on the 24th. Here's my entry on XRP. You want me to post them again?
No, I'll go back and take a look. I got in at the 2.
I think I remember you on the call. You got in a better entry than me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just still in the same trade. You just got in at lower than me. You got in down here at like $1.80, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, good for you. I didn't get in until it broke up back above this channel here.
Okay. How do you use the, when you go for the market volume? I believe.
I'm sorry, say that. Repeat that question again.
Down at the bottom where you're showing your floor.
Here?
Yeah.
How did I do what?
How do you utilize the I guess it's the volume tool.
You mean
I
this,
can't
this
really
blued out
see
area
because
here?
I got bad eyes. No, right.
This blued out
Yeah,
area?
yes, blue area.
Yeah, so I don't have volume on. I don't have a volume tool on. So what you do is you come over here on the left. So there's a little blue tab on the left of your charts down here by the little T trading view logo right there. You click it and it opens up all these tools. And then you come over here and it's like the fourth one down. There's a little arrow. So when you hover your mouse over these, there's a little arrow that sticks out. And if you click that, it opens up a list of all the different tools there. So what this little blued out area is called the price range. If I click on that, I can open up a price range anywhere and put it like this. Make it skinny, make it fat. Okay. So play around over here and then and then indicators are different. Indicators are up here next to, you got the candles and then you got the indicators here. You click on that and we can take a look at the RSI. Let's look at the stochastic RSI. We'll put that down here. And that's down here now at the bottom. And I'll go to the weekly because that's the most important one that I look at. And we got a blue cross. We got a blue line right here crossing the orange line to the upside. When the blue line crosses the orange line to the upside, now it did it here, and then it was kind of a fake out. It came back below, but we're way oversold right now. So we're coming back up. Blue line's crossing. We got a nice pump. And if that gets back up here above this dotted line on the RSI, then we should be well above this downward trending channel at the moment. Now this is XRP. So let me go and look at Bitcoin because there's more history on the Bitcoin chart. So same thing, blue line crossing the orange line to the upside. And as you can see from down here, when we're down in this lower area and the blue line crosses the orange line to the upside, you see this huge movement to the upside. That's when the price usually breaks out of the downward trending resistance to the upside. Same back here, blue line cross the orange line, look at the price, goes up. Blue line cross the orange line to the upside, look at the price, goes up. So that's what we're expecting to happen here.
Can you look at the Ethereum chart to see if it's similar, Nico, please?
Hold on one second. Yes, I'll look at Ethereum. Cynthia says Fu Manchu version good enough for me. Someone says, what's that? Chalk, Shuk, I can't pronounce your name. There's copycats out there, guys, who create copies of Market Cipher, and they may be as good. They may be just as good. I don't know. I can't vouch for them. But if you like it and it's working for you, then by all means. But I don't endorse that one. I don't know. I never looked at it, but some people say it's good. Ethereum.
I would spend the money on Market Cipher if you're interested in it, because Market Cipher has all the support. They have all the strategies on their websites. If you're going to take it seriously, they walk you through everything. That's the best part of my Market Cipher.
Yep, I agree. Plus, you get added to their Discord group, and there's a lot of stuff in there as well. If we go to Discord and I go to Market Cipher right here, he posts a screenshot, this crypto face right here, posting his screenshots. He doesn't really give signals or anything like that in there. He just says what he's doing, basically. It's definitely different than what you got here in the mastermind, but it's all about his Market Cipher. All right, let's go back over here and look at, this is Ethereum, guys. Ethereum has been acting a little wacky. We were happy that Ethereum broke above the 3950 level up here, which was major resistance for like over a year. And then it finally broke above it, and it looked like it was holding as support for a while, and then it fell below. And then it also fell below an upward trend and then dropped all the way down to this support, which it is holding right now. So it's holding support at 2850, 2870. It just climbed back over 3,000, which is good news as Bitcoin's pumping. And also on the RSI, we got a blue line cross the orange line to the upside. That's all bullish, as you can see down here. Last time it happened, guys. I'm not saying every day. Last time, right here, hit this level down here, climbed all the way back up to here. Time before that, climbed all the way back up to the top. So when the blue line crosses on the weekly, that's when we get the big movement in price to the upside. So everything's looking bullish right now. So proceed with caution. I'm long on Bitcoin and you know what? I'm gonna go long on. I'm sorry, I'm long on Bitcoin and XRP. I'm gonna go long on. Maybe I'll go on Ethereum. What is this? Oh, this is ETH margin. Can't do that. Let me go over to USDT margin. I don't have any ETH in there to do it on an ETH margin. So let me go to USDT margin. And I will go long on Ethereum right now too, because it is holding. It is holding right now so far as support right here. This was resistance, support, resistance. Support, resistance, 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 support. Now, could it fall below that? Yes, but for the time being, that's a nice bounce. We got a blue line crossing the orange line. And so I'm going to add some contracts here. I'm not going to use much here on these until it starts to climb and get a little bit higher. I'll just use a little bit more than that. At 7x leverage, and we'll go to 10. Firm. Something is a little wacky with my coin M. It's not changing it for me. Oh, there it is. Just changed to 10x. Confirm. I don't know why. I don't know if anybody's having this problem. I already sent in a request. They're looking at it. They think it's on my end. I might have to clear caches. I still haven't done that yet, but for some reason, my USDT chart
I just got filled instantly on ETH USDT on Phemex.
Yeah, so it's mine. It must be in my something going on with my my account. So I am filled there. USDT, I mean ETH rather. ETH USDT already up a little bit, 1%, 2,300 contracts. I will now. I'm going to put I'm going to copy this and put all my open positions, guys, in the Discord so you can see. It's going to show my leverage, my size, my entry, my liquidation, my margin, and TPs and SLs. Let me put the TPSL in there first. Some of them I don't have a TP, but on liquidation is very close on this ETH trade. I don't know why. So I am going to put my TP at 2,800. Stop loss rather, 2,800. Just for now. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. It's messing me up. That's why sometimes I'm in too much of a hurry, and as long as I get my position, oh, there it goes. It just added it, so it should show up here in a second. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know what's taking. I hear the noise. I hear the swiping sound. That's why I trade mostly on a margin, on a coin margin, guys. Because for some reason my USDT is having some issues. Anyway, I am in these positions here. I'm going to put that in the Discord group, in the Signal channel. Spell today. Let me get it back over to Coin M. But I think coming out of the holiday, guys, we got some revived energy, some buying pressure happening. The stochastic RSI is flipping the blue line, crossing the orange line to the upside, it's bullish. And Bitcoin is the tide that rises all boats, so to speak, until it loses its dominance. Right now, it seems to everything still seems to be correlating with it. Now we need to hold above 90. I did mention that a few times, guys. We do need to we are above it. We need to hold above it. This was that level right here that we needed to get back above, and it's above it right now, but it's trying to hold above it. But look at this long wick up above it. Now, if this comes down and can't, for whatever reason, hold above it, then we could see some further dumping. But I think in the short term, as long as we stay in this upward trending channel, let me go down and show you this one right here. We got a little bit of dumping happening right now. Look at that. A little bit of a drop on the lower time frame. I mean, this is the hourly, so it's not a big deal. But as you can see, we're in this upward trending channel, which is okay. But this is the 90K right here. So it's probably just coming down to retest. It needs to stay above that. This was major support going all the way back, and we popped above it here and held as support, probably retesting. But so we're going to see maybe this happen today. Boom, boom, and then up somewhere on this corner. Now it needs to get above this. This is that crux I told you about. This is where the blue line, the upward trending previous support, is going to be resistance with the downward trending resistance hitting all at the same time in the upward trending channel. So that's where my prediction is, that we're going to come right through that crux right there. I don't know about that gobble gobble code. I don't know how long that's good for, but he might be throughout the weekend. Guys, if you know anybody, somebody asked me this earlier, if you know anybody who, wanted to be in the mastermind and just can't afford it, send them over to the free Facebook group. Tell them to watch that video that we shared in there. I think I can show you here. It is when I've closed it out. Free video. I mean, that video that's in the free Facebook group explaining everything, and there's links under that they can join. And by the way, it's $497, knocked down to $97 for just a test group of people. So it's just a small group of people we're allowing at that price just to get all the bugs worked out. Then we probably will open it up live to the public for the people who cannot afford it, because we get hundreds of people. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but sometimes we have hundreds and hundreds of people on the webinar. Obviously, the majority of people cannot join the mastermind, and they just have no way of understanding what we're talking about at that price. We got people tuning in from other countries. The value of the dollar is different in some of these other countries. It's like in Canada, it's like $6,000 or $7,000 to join the mastermind. And Africa, in certain parts of Africa, we got people tuning in on the live calls, and their monthly wage is a couple $100. There's just no way they could ever do this, but they have the internet, they want to learn. So we just wanted to provide something to be able to help these people. So, yes. So, Shock, is it Shock? I don't want to pronounce your name wrong. CHEUK. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. Shock. Market Cipher. Just like what we teach in Crypto Renegades, as far as understanding the charts, works on any end dice. It works on the stock market, it works on crypto, and it works on Forex. So yes, you can use Market Cipher on the stock market.
Thanks, Nico. It's Chuck.
Chuck, I'm sorry. It
Nico,
just it was spelled different, so I didn't know. Go ahead. Someone said something.
How is your market cipher look on XRP?
Let's go look.
And your market ciphers, does that only work on Pro or does it work on Premium too?
I'm not sure. Anybody know?
Yeah, it
Premium
should
or
work.
Pro?
Well, I think Pro is not as good as Premium. I could be wrong. I'm not positive of the levels, but any of the paid versions will allow you to have multiple indicators, and this one will work. This one would work with the free version of TradingView, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, it's only two indicators, it's Market Cipher A and Market Cipher B. So
There's actually a
Should work.
total of four. One, two, three,
Thank you.
four. There's the
Okay, so-
DBSI and the SR.
then
Uh,
you do need the paid version.
Yeah, I had to upgrade. I believe I had to upgrade to put it on my trading view. So this is XRP against US dollar on the daily time frame, and we do have a buy signal down here on XRP. So yes, it works on every indice, guys. It takes the chart, okay? It takes the price history of the chart. And in order, I can't teach you what all of these things are for right now, but you got the green down here, you got the yellow, you got the blue and the light blue, and then you got these lines. So these lines are the RSI blending together. So you know how I talk about the blue line crossing the orange line? Well, that's just one line on this, and it's red turning to green. When the red turns to green or when the green turns to red, it means something. Now we have the yellow, which is the money flow. We got the blue money flow, and then we got yellow, and we got green, and all of it means something. So when you go into when you do, when you upgrade or buy their software package, it does explain what each of those things are for. And let's go over here and just show you real quick. Up here, preview or review rather. Learn. If you go into learn tutorials, it explains how market cipher strategy works, all this kind of stuff. And you guys can go do that in your free time. I can't go over that right now. Pricing this is the pricing. By the way, guys, you do not need this. In Crypto Renegades, you do not need to have this. I'm using it. I'm giving you signals. I'm teaching you how to trade. But if you want the best of everything on your as far as trading goes, you can come here. This is the best value and the 66% discount, something like that today. I don't know, a crazy discount. So you're able to get lifetime access for like less than $600, which is crazy. I paid $1,500, just so you know.
For the lifetime, once you pay that, there's no additional fees ever. You just have that as long as you have the trading view.
That's correct.
Thank you.
The lifetime license that you're buying. And listen, you will get to the point where you don't really, I wouldn't say you don't need it. I would just, because what I do sometimes is I'm trading, I give a signal, and sometimes I don't use it. I don't use it. Most of the time I don't use it, because when I go to look at it, it's just confirming what I already know. But it is nice when you don't know yet what you're looking at. It kind of can help you to make those decisions by going long, going short, where you see the green dots. And also there's also scalping on the 10-minute. In their tutorial section, which teaches you how to use it and for what time frame works the best for different trading styles. But you will get to that point where you don't really need it anymore, because it's just confirming what you already know. But by then, that's awesome. That's awesome if you get to that point. When you look at it and it's just, yep, I knew there was going to be a green dot there because I went long there. I mean, it's already confirming what I already know at this point. But it's great to have. It's another tool to have in your trading toolbox, so to speak. And I have it on TradingView. Normally, when I'm not on these lives with you, I have this big screen up, which is my Phemex, and over on my other screen to the right, sometimes I'll have the TradingView over there on that side. So I'm looking at different things on TradingView, and then I'm coming over here and placing the trades over here on Phemex.
So it's 1,500 for a lifetime.
Lifetime. But there's a big discount. I think Gobble is the 65% off today. So
Oh,
It's $525.
it's a huge discount, guys. That's one you want to take advantage of. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen one that discount that big. They do give discounts periodically, but I've never seen one that big. Crypto Face, the developer of Market Cipher, he's a smart kid. He's like one of those Elon Musk genius, techie guys. But he's a goofball. Like you will, if you watch him trade live, you will think he's a little bit psychotic, actually. He might even be drunk while he's trading live. He sounds like it, but he's smart. And, I've seen him trade $12 million and make, $1 million in 5 minutes. He knows what he's doing. So he's trading with big money. So it's very entertaining, to say the least. But, guys, when you're learning stuff, it doesn't matter the personality of the person teaching you. If they're successful at it, you can learn something from them. Good, Laura. That's how you do it. You don't overthink things. Just do it. Just do it. That's why I always say Nike, the shoe company's slogan, just do it. When I first heard it, I didn't think much of it. But then when I look back in my life and I look back at all the things that I did that actually turned out well, and the only reason is because I just did it. And I realized that slogan, just do it, is probably the most profound, simple thing that you can do in your life. Whenever you have an opportunity to do something that you probably need or should do, just do it. Because the regret of it not working is much easier to handle than the regret of never trying. That's right. Mesto, we get Market Cipher free here 3 to 4 times a week. Yes, we're looking at it. We're looking at it all the time. I'm sharing my screen. I'm talking about it. You don't need it. Like I said, you don't need to go buy that, but it's 65% off, guys. If you're taking trading seriously, you might as well have it. That's as cheap as it's going to get. I always just say, guys, that you'll regret not doing something more than you'll regret doing it. At the end of your life, you don't want to slide into home base unscathed. You want to have tried everything, and you don't want to have the regrets that I hear people have, at the end, is that they didn't do all the things they wanted to do or should have done. But if you tried everything, then what can you really have regret for? Like, listen, a lot of things aren't going to work in your life, even if you try them. Just because you do them doesn't mean it's going to work, right? But if you don't do them, you're going to always wonder what would have happened had you done it. So, but if you already joined Crypto Renegades, you already have your trading account set up, you're already trading. There's only a couple things out there. There's only a couple tools out there I ever recommend, and that's one of them. So I have it. You don't have to do it, but if you're going to take this seriously, you might as well have all the best tools out there available to help you. Let me just look at something real quick here. Yeah, Norman, that's a tough one. I have that regret too. And somebody told me something that's very profound. I probably shouldn't mention it now because it might make some of you cry, but somebody asked me how old my mother was. And I said, she's 84. And they're like, how often do you see her? And I said, I don't know, 2-3 times a year. She lives up in Georgia. I mean, I go up there a couple times a year. She comes down here. And they're like, okay, well, how long do you think, what's let's just say she lives until she's 90. She could live to be 100. My grandmother was like 97 and my grandfather was 99. So I got, my mother has good genes, but let's just say she lives to 90. That's 6 more years. That means if you see her twice a year, you're only going to see her 12 more times in your lifetime. I'm like, oh my God, I never thought of it that way. And that's only if she lives that long, till 90. So think about it, guys. You can't, if you only see someone once or twice a year and they're old, how many more times are you really going to see them? So you gotta look at it that way and then spend more time and make the time and do the things, go out of your way and all that stuff. If it's important to you, obviously. My mother would get in the car and drive down here if my sister let her, but she doesn't see that good anymore. And sometimes she'll be driving. She used to love driving down here. It's an 8-hour drive, but then she'll call me and say, I'll be like, where are you? You should be here by now. And she goes, I think I took a wrong turn. And she's like over in Orlando. Like, she'll just get off on the wrong exit and just keep driving for hours before she realizes that where she's at. Yeah, sorry about that, Derek. It's not a good thought when you think of it that way. But it is eye-opening, and it does kind of get you off your ass to make shit happen when you realize how fleeting time is sometimes. All right. That's right, Norman. All right, Casey. Well, we're here to help you do all that. Guys, this is Friday, 2:00 today. I think we have an onboarding call with Bill at 2:00.
correct.
So if you're new, make sure you get on that. I think that Chad, I don't know if Chad did Chad mention something about going live on the weekends? Or
He's right. We're looking at John Larson and maybe Ryan to do calls. So that's being set up. I don't think there's anything firm on that quite yet.
Yeah, guys, we're working on getting a few more people added to the schedule to give you even more training and more insight on different strategies. Some people in this group that are just kicking ass, and we're gonna bring them live. No additional charge to you, obviously, and you're just gonna get more and more, as we grow and as we have more and more traders in here that are doing better and better and better. Not everybody wants to go live. Not everybody wants to give back. Not everybody wants to be a teacher. Some people just want to learn and go about their business, and that's totally fine. But we make that, we certainly ask people who are doing well if they want to give back and they want to help a little bit. And obviously there's an opportunity for those of you who do get to that level financially as well, not for free, but actually want to give back and help, but not just for free, and be compensated for it, but just to provide more value to the group as we grow and get more and more people in here. So that's just going to help everybody. Chris says, Nico, we'll be posting the notes. Yeah, guys, he sent me the email with the list of the links and the order in which to do it. I just wanted to put some paragraphs in there explaining so that you know exactly what to do first, second, third, and then I'll share that in the group later today. It'll be in there. Don't worry. You're gonna there are some things you're gonna need to. Let me just go over that real quick here. That you're gonna need to, when you go to join, you're gonna have to put Crypto Renegades in there as who referred you, and then in the comment section, the notes section, you're going to put the node guy just so that they can keep track of who's coming from this group over there, because they're going to put you in a separate category for support and help. Because normally just one person joins here, one person joins there, but we might have 50, 60 people joining all at once from this group doing that with the nodes, and or more. I don't know. There was 220 people on that call the other day. So they want to just be able to make sure they can support everybody with their questions. Bill, the tool that was 65% off is Market Cipher, which is in the in our Discord in the official links channel. Let me just share my screen again. It's right here in our Discord group in official links channel. And it's this right here that I was just going over here a second ago. It's this indicator down here. It's called Market Cipher. And it kind of gives you buy and sell signals. It kind of gives you signals, basically. These red dots, green dots are telling you when to go short and when to go long. And if I just hover my mouse over this red dot right here, guys, or hover my mouse over this blue dot here, I am on the daily. But you can see, look at this red dot right here. Red dot. Look at what happened right after that. Boom. Look with it. Look, it dropped all the way down here, started to come up. Boom. Green dot down here. Green dot. Big pump to the upside. So you could just trade the dots and do quite well with Market Cipher. But what's happening is we're teaching you how to do this at the same time. But Market Cipher will help you to confirm what you're learning. So you know, you're seeing that it's coming up and hitting resistance here, right? This is the upward trend. This is XRP. We have a little bit of an upward trend here, but we also have possibly just a regular horizontal support and resistance level. So we have support, 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 and we bounce. We do have a somewhat of an upward trending resistance and support happening here as well on the way up. Support, 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 support. We broke through. We're coming up and retesting that right now, and we're waiting for a breakthrough. If it breaks through this, and we need to break through this, also this downward trending resistance, then we're going to be on the upside. But as you can see, we do have a green dot down here, and the money flow is flowing up. This middle line right here is the zero mark. You can see it over here, zero, right there. Once we flip from below zero to above zero, money flows in, and that's what happens here. See, look what happened here. We were down here, green dot, money flow up, flips from the zero to the above zero, and look what happens in the price. Boom, 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 boom. Right here, you see this big money flow in. Same thing back here. Boom, pump to the upside. Money flow from negative zero up, breaks the zero line. So I'm not going to teach you how Market Cipher works right now. If you order it, you can go into their channel and watch their tutorials. But each one of these colors, each one of these dots, each one of these lines all means something. If I come over to Market Cipher A and turn that on, that is the spider lines. You see these? This is like the EMA ribbons. So we are, look at this. We went below the ribbons and now we're coming out to the top of them. We're hitting the top now. We do need to break through because this happened before here where we broke below the ribbons. We came back above them and then dropped back below them again. So we need to get above those ribbons and above this, this resistance level. And then Market Cipher, that's the same. That's the ribbons. And then we got the 50-day moving average we're coming up to. We have the EMA ribbons right here. We were below them. Now we are coming back into them, which is good news on the EMA. So we do need to get back above that. But as of right now, we're just trying to climb back up and we're hitting some resistance right here on XRP. And for BTC, which again is I call it the tide that rises all boats. And Bitcoin is pumping, everything else is pumping. We've got a nice green dot down here on the money flow on the daily going up, and we bounce right there. Look at this. By the way, Market Cipher is one of the only indicators that I've ever seen that is not lagging. I mean, it's technically a lagging indicator, but it's right on. I mean, sometimes when you see these green dots, they happen like before the actual pump sometimes. I mean, look at this. If I put my mouse right where that green dot is, look at the dotted line going up. I mean, it's pretty much talking, you know, it's right there. It's right on. So, and it's doing it when it's safer to get in. So it's letting you know when to go. Like this one, green dot, green dot. Look at that line straight up. So yeah, I mean, the only reason we're even talking about Market Cipher is because someone talked about a discount that they're having, and I would say that's it's as cheap as I've ever seen it, 65% off. So that's less than $600 for a $1,500 lifetime access. Yeah, that's kind of what I was just talking about, Norman. Do the dots come up in real time? It's pretty much real time. Thank you, Spencer. You too. Yes, William, it's great on the shorter time frames. I would say that Market Cipher founder Crypto Face would say if you're going to scalp, do it on the 10-minute time frame. So let's go down to the 10-minute and look at it. 10-minute time frame. Look at we just got a green dot on the 10-minute. And look at what's happening right there. Dot. I mean, look at that, guys. Green dot. Look at that line. I got my line right on the green dot, straight up. Now, that doesn't mean you can't get a green dot, then a red dot, then a green, you know, on the lower time frames, unfortunately, it's a little bit more frantic. But that's why it's good for you to watch the training videos, because if the money flow is up here and it's not below these dotted lines, see, these lines mean something, this line means something, and this bar down here means something. So whenever we're bouncing on this bottom line and you get a double green dot, that's pretty That's confirmation. That's pretty solid. So every once in a while you'll see a green dot and then a red dot right next to it, like this one right here, where we had a green dot. And as you can see, it did pump up, but it only pumped up to a lower high. And then you got a green dot right after that. So that was a big drop off. You can, but you use the lower time frames in Market Cipher on the 10-minute if you're scalping, but you got to know when to get out. So you need to learn and understand scalping if you're going to do that, because just because it's a green dot right here doesn't mean you're going to stay in this trade long. This could go up. It could go up to here, and then you might see a red dot. That's your opportunity to get out of that scalp. So it might come up to here and hit the EMA ribbons and bounce. Okay, that might be this coming up to about here and then bounce and then curve back around like this. You get out. That would be your scalp. And you might see a red dot here. You go short, and then it comes back down to here and green dot. You get out, go long. So that's how you're scalping this. But you got to understand scalping first before you start playing around with that. But the one problem I see people having most when they're scalping is they're waiting too long to get in and out. Scalping is in and out. It's quick. You're making small little profits, small little percentage gains. They might be big profits, depends on how much money you're playing with, but small percentage moves in the market, in and out. By the way, this is what TJ did to make 26 grand his first month in this group. It's what he did to get to 250 grand in 4 months, is scalping the lower time frames. And then he as his account grew, he upgraded to a little bit more swing trading and longer term trades. But as you have more and more money, guys, as you get to those higher levels, you become less risky. You risk less, you trade less. You're waiting for the perfect opportunities. And that's how you grow your accounts bigger. From when you have a little bit of money and not much to lose, you can swing for the fences, trying to turn that into more money. But as your account starts to grow, you want to risk less and less and less. And you keep your percentage risk the same, but your account is bigger. So if you have $1,000 and you're risking 10%, you're only risking $100. But when your account grows to $10,000, you're still risking 10%, but now you're playing with $1,000. When you get to $100,000, you're still risking 10%, but now you're playing with $10,000. So your percentage risk stays the same, even if your account grows. And I think that's the problem that most people have, is as they get more and more money, they seem to risk more for some reason. And I think that's the opposite of what you should do. You should get to the point where you're risking less and less and less. Imagine this: you have $1 million in your account. This is where it really makes sense. When you have a big amount of money, you might want to only risk $10,000 on a trade. Okay. What percentage is that? It's 1% of your entire account balance on a trade. And then you have a 10% stop loss on that. I mean, you're risking $1,000. You're playing with $10,000 with a 10% stop loss. You're really only risking $1,000. But if the trade goes 1% in your direction, so do some math here. Got $10,000 on a trade times 1%. That's $100. You're at 10x leverage. You make $1,000 on 1% move in the market. Anybody want to guess how many times there's 1% moves in the market?
All the time.
All day
Every
long.
day.
Multiple times a day, all day, every day. So when you have a lot of money, you can make a lot more money very short period of time with a lot less risk. That's the cool thing. So imagine making a couple grand a day. I mean, yeah, okay, I'm talking about you having $1 million in your account risking, but you don't have to have $1 million in your account to risk $10,000. You just need $10,000. But if you have $1 million in your account, then you're only risking 1% of your account balance. That's what I mean by proper risk management. If you have 10,000 in your account and you're risking 10 grand, that means you're risking 100% of your money. So let's say you have 100,000 in your account, you're risking 10%, that's 10 grand, with a 10% stop loss, that's 1,000. But you're playing with 10 grand and it goes up, you make $1,000. You do that, I don't know, twice a day, that's $2,000 a day. Now, now you're $700,000-$800,000 a year in profit, pretty easily. Because you make a lot more money on these smaller moves in the market when you have a lot more money in your account. And I know that sounds like a duh, of course, but a lot of people They're like, well, I only got $500. How am I, I made 100% and I only made, I was risking 100 and I had a 10% stop loss. I only was really playing with $50, but I made 100%, but I only made $50. Okay, well, you had 100% gain. So that 100% gain is an awesome ROI. You're just playing with small amount of money. So, if you got $500 in your account and you're risking 10%, that means you're risking $50. But you had a 100% gain, which means you made $50 profit. So you made 100% gain, which is awesome. 100% is awesome. Now imagine if you did that with 10 grand or 100 grand. You'll be making some serious money, but you got to grow your account up to that point first. So just get consistently profitable with the smaller amount of money first. Once you get consistently profitable, you can either add more money from another source, or you can just grow that money up until it's a much bigger amount. But just look at this as a snowball kind of effect, guys. This is what it looks like sometimes in trading. You're going sideways and it seems like hardly anything's happening. You're getting better, but your account's growing slowly. It's starting to slowly climb, and then it's like this. And then it goes parabolic very quickly. So that's what happens. But see, here's the problem. A lot of people quit somewhere here because they think it's too slow from here to here. And actually, this is much longer sometimes before that happens. But it's called the hockey stick. And once this finally kicks in and your money starts to compound, it starts to really compound faster. So just pay, I wouldn't say pay your dues. I hate to use that, but sometimes it takes a little time for you to get the hang of things and understand things. But once it clicks and you start to become consistent, then it goes up quickly after that. It's kind of like that cliche question that people ask. What would you rather have? $1 million cash or a penny doubled, a penny a day doubled every day for 30 days? And a lot of people are like, what? A penny? That's not going to equal nothing, right? But it does, guys. It's like a ridiculous snowball effect. It doesn't seem like anything at first, but 0.011, that's a penny, times 2 equals 2 cents in 2 days, times 2, that's 3 days, times 2, that's 4 days, times 2, that's 5 days, times 2, 6 days, 8, 9, 10. 10 days, it's only $5. How in the world would that be more than $1 million in 30 days? Times 2. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 days. There's only 11 days left of the month. 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30 days, 5 million. One more day after that, 10 million. One more day after that, 21 million. So if someone ever asks you, what would you rather have? A penny a day doubled every day for 30 days or $1 million cash? Take the penny a day. All right. So let's see, guys. Yeah, so not much really going on. It is the holiday weekend, and we do have some action to the upside, and it is slowly climbing. And we did get above on Bitcoin. We did get above the 90, and it is so far holding as support, which is good. We did break above it here, and we're coming back down. It looks to retest. We did test the upper trending resistance line right here. So in my opinion, this is probably what will happen. We will bounce on this. We'll bounce on this upward trending support. We'll come back up to the top. Hopefully we'll break out of here. But if anytime during this, it breaks to the downside, then that will be a signal I will give because that is telling, and that could mean just more dumping before we go up. But we are on the way up from a nice low down here at the 80K, at the 80,500 zone. So that was a nice low, and we are climbing. I mean, we climbed over 10 grand since then. So that's huge. So any other questions, guys? I'm gonna call this call a little short today because of the holiday. And go ahead.
Happy holiday, Nico.
Hey, thank you. You too, buddy. Appreciate you. XRP down to 216. Yeah, XRP dumped a little bit with this Bitcoin dump right here. It's fluctuating concurrently or similarly to Bitcoin right now. But guys, I still think big things are getting ready to happen. I think not only even Bitcoin will go up, but even if XRP shoots to the moon, or we go into, if we have any kind of alt season here, Ethereum is going to go up. All these other ones are going to go up. Bitcoin will go up. It just won't go up as drastically. There will be some disconnect and correlation there. That usually does happen around this time of year when Bitcoin loses its dominance a little bit and the other coins start moving. The only reason that XRP might move a little bit more than the other ones is because of the big changes that are happening behind the scenes. And that is all still hearsay, guys. There is no guarantee. There is no promise. I do believe it's all in the works. I believe it's all kind of underlyingly taking place behind the scenes. And I think XRP could hit, much higher numbers, the double digits, probably even by the end of this next month here. When I say double digits, I mean, $10 plus. And maybe 20, 25. That would be great. I would love to see that for everybody. That would be a Merry Christmas for most of us. You can use my referral link, but you still got to put the code in. I think what I was told by them, as far as the market cipher, is that whenever anybody uses the referral links, they automatically put the discount in there. But just to be on the safe side, I believe it's gobble gobble is the coupon code.
Hey, Nico.
Shannon says with a discount, it costs $210 for 1 year, but I promise you, that is definitely not as good of a deal as lifetime for a couple $100 more. If you can afford it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Nico. Got here a little late. Apologize if you've already gone through this. Thank you for that meeting with Billy. That was pretty exciting. Are you going to have another discussion about that, like within our group here, before that 7 to 10 day?
Yes,
time?
I'm going to post all the links for you guys to get your account set up and get logged in and open all that stuff up and get your, nodes purchased and things like that. I'm going to put that in the Discord in the ICO section today. And then we can certainly have, you can ask any questions, in there, in our group. I might have to set up a separate chat for that. Bill, do we have, in the ICO section, is it just one-way communication?
Yes, it is. But if you want me to, I can open it up for everybody to be able to post in about 5 minutes.
Yeah. We'll do that. We'll open that up first. That way you can ask questions right under the chat, right under that. So we can, keep them in one channel rather than everywhere and spread out all over the place. But
Right.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, one more thing, Nico. The 10,000 sounds like the sweet spot. That's a lot of money. I may have access to that by pulling equity out of another asset. What do you recommend? Like, should I pull equity out of another asset to try and take advantage of that, or?
I mean, it's buy one, get one free at that level. So that's a lot of nodes. And obviously there is a lot more potential for you to make a lot more money with that many nodes. But I can't make any promise. I don't own the company or run that company. I put 5,000 in Element token, and it's been 2 years, and that thing has not. I've probably made as much back as I've invested so far. So over time, you're going to probably make your money back easily, at least, right? But because as it's producing tokens for you, minting token for you every day, those are valuable, and you could actually sell them on the open market anytime you want.
Yeah,
So
it just sounds like there's a lot more opportunities going on with that.
there is.
Yeah.
My friend Billy probably has 1,000 nodes.
Yeah.
So he probably put 100,000 into that at least, or 100 nodes, I should say. He probably put at least 100 nodes in there. But I seen him buy, like with Element, I think he had like 100, and that were 2,500 each. So, I mean, he just he invests in nodes in all of these that the parent company brings to the table. But he's made a lot of money doing it, but they don't all take off, right away. Sometimes they take a few months to get going. Gala, when he did Gala, he bought 9 nodes in Gala, or 10 nodes, something like that, or 11 nodes. I can't remember exactly, for $1,000 each, made like $11 million on that, all within like the first 7 or 8 months. So it happened quick in Gala, but like in Element, it hasn't happened yet, but I'm still in it, and I'm still willing to do in this one, because I understand the potential too. But I mean, I would say don't overextend yourself. Don't hurt yourself financially. Don't do anything you can't afford to do. Don't, sell, don't bet the farm on anything like this, guys. It's got to be risk capital. It's got to be, you have to understand that if it doesn't work, it's on you, not me or Billy or anybody else. We're just trying to bring opportunities to the table here. And there is risk involved, obviously. There's risk of loss, guys. Let me just be perfectly clear there. There's risk that you don't make the kind of money but that you're hoping for. But there's also the upside potential, which is, I've seen it so huge that I kicked myself for not getting Gala when he told me about Gala. Before Gala went on any exchanges, before anybody knew anything about it, he was offering me nodes in Gala. And I didn't even understand what nodes were back then. And if I would have just bought 10 nodes like he did, $10,000, I would have made millions from Gala. So I kick myself sometimes about that. But so the next one he told me about was Element, and I already have that in the group. This is the next one he's telling me about. So I'm just giving you I'm giving it to you as I'm getting them, guys. So, but to answer your question, Derek, be careful, do what you can. But yeah, did he say 5 or 10? Was it 10, the magic number before you get double,
Yes.
buy one, get one?
Yeah, 10 was it.
Yeah. So I probably will do 10 myself, to be honest with you, but I don't you don't need 10 to, I mean, to get buy one, get one free. That does add a lot to, right? It does add a lot of nodes. And by the way, at 10, I think, what is it producing? 300 nodes a day, or 300 coins a day or something like that, or 150? I can't remember.
I think you said 100 a day, but
100,
then
and then you get a 25%
20%
stake
staking.
in, yeah.
Right. So
20%.
that would be about 3,000 tokens a day. If you bought 10, you get 10 free. That's 20. So you're looking at probably about 3,000 tokens a day at that point.
But the price has kind of come down. They've done a halving on it. So back in February, if you'd had it, it was about 450 a day, which is quite a bit different. So with the halving, it sounds like it's come down, and then the price has been pretty high. Now it's, half a cent. So it is interesting to look at some of the charts just to kind of get a feel for that, and then balance it against, I couldn't find anything at the Walmart, some of the stuff, it'd be nice to know that it's confirmed.
Yeah, I'm going to give you all the
launch,
links. Yeah, I'm going to post all the links in there for you to go verify and do all your homework. Again, guys, I brought him on there to explain it to you. Doesn't have anything to do with me personally, but what's going on? I know, Bill, you opened up the chat in there, and somebody's Salvador. Hey, am I picking you up today? I don't know who you're talking to.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think you might have got your text confused with somebody else you're texting.
Yeah, he must.
Hey,
but I posted the link to your Facebook where you just interviewed Billy to answer Emad. Maybe he's not on this call, but the latest and greatest is obviously your interview with Billy. So that's my answer to him.
Okay. I think it would be better if you open up the link. It takes to the YouTube channel, I think, because that link looks very long. Link. Instead of sharing the link in Facebook, open up the link, get out of Facebook, and then share.
I got it.
Yeah,
I got it. Yeah, I got it. It'll be a second. It'll be done.
All right, guys. But when I try not to just be, wait till I post all the content. Wait till I post all the links for the nodes that we're talking about here before you start chatting in there. It's not just open chat, but wait till I post it in here, and then you can ask questions underneath that, because otherwise it'll get kind of convoluted in there. But yeah, and I can always have Billy back on, guys. I will have Billy back on just to go over everything, make sure everybody's done everything right. But let me just look at something real quick and see on my end what it looks like before I share it. We're trying to get it all lined up for you. Inbox.
Do you feel this is a better investment opportunity than Element? I don't know anything about the Element nodes.
Well, yeah, Element launched like 2 years ago. The nodes, I bought them 2 years ago, and I've minted over 4 million tokens since then. But Element hasn't made it to a public exchange yet. So that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for Element to get listed on Coinbase and all these exchanges. When that happens, I'll have 3 million tokens sitting there that might go up to, 20 cents, 30 cents, 50 cents very quickly, and I'll do very well. But as of right now, it hasn't happened yet. So if it doesn't ever happen, then I risk 5 grand. So when you say, do you think? I can't tell you what I think. I don't know what's going to happen with these nodes. I have to tell you guys, I have no clue. It's a risk. But I brought on a guy who makes millions doing this with these nodes, and he's helped a lot of people make a lot of money with them. So I can only bring you the information that is not usually available to, I would say, the masses. Like, nobody really knows about these things. Very few people have the opportunity to mint tokens on new tokens that are getting ready to go public. So it's kind of like insider information. It's kind of like getting in an IPO in the stock market before anybody knows about it. But do they all do good? No, they don't. I can't say that. I can't make any promises about anything. So I'm going to share this real quick with you here, guys. This is my So I'm just going to share my screen here. You can show you this is. Just make sure there's nothing personal in here that you need to see that I need to hide.
Nico, I'll just say quick. I mean, it's a social media platform, so it has the benefit of growing and exposure of that, but also because Billy's been in so many of these different things, like I say, if you lost all your money, you'd be able to make it back faster because you have all these mistakes or different things to do. I'm not going to do that, not going to do that. And because he's been involved in all these different things, he sees things that most people wouldn't see. So that helps. That's why these people are picking him up to navigate the waters and these different things. And plus the wallet and the other benefits from the retail aspects like an XRP. I think that, makes it different than Gal or even Element, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. You are right. Let me just do this instead of guys. You're basically, guys, you're getting an opportunity to do things and get involved in things that most people are not presented with these opportunities, which is awesome. And give me 1 second here. I'm going to share my screen again. Let me go back over here. Let's see if this works.
Nico, did you give a take profit or a stop loss on that ETH trade you took earlier? I don't see it in your post.
My stop loss was at 2,800.
There you go.
You didn't add a take profit yet.
No TP. I guess you guys can't even see this. It's probably 2. For some reason, I can't zoom. Hold on 1 second. I don't know why I can't zoom this out. Or zoom in. Where's my little zoom in and out button?
Could try control and the mouse wheel forward. That might work.
I learn something every day. Thank you.
Not much better.
Anyway, this is from Billy. This is what I'm going to post, guys. I'm just going and clarifying things. Everyone in your group, when they order in the order nodes, in the order notes, rather, type in Renegades. And if they get 10 or more, as they check out, there is a coupon code. They need to type in node guy in the coupon code so that you get the buy one, get one. Otherwise, you will not get the buy one, get one. So I'm going to post these instructions in there. And then this is one of the platforms. We're adding all of the users from Amaze to our platform. There's these links to all these different platforms. Down here is This is what your nodes would be supporting. These are all the difference. Medium.com, the Gateway, Pundit, Disrupt Magazine, Rumble, Malone.news, YouTube, mypanhandle.com, Holy Deeds, a bunch of podcasts that he were on. So I'm going to share all this. Obviously, watch this video of the partner, the founder, explaining everything. And Amazon, we are building out. Oh, this is the shop store. This is what's being built out from the guy, Kevin Harrington, who is one of the original Shark Tank members, who's also part of Parler and part of this launch. So there's some big people involved in the back end. So I'm gonna show all that, and you can just go through those links. And then there's the link to get your nodes ordered and set up. And there's a process that walks you through it. But it might be a little confusing for some of you. It's not always easy because it's once you have your node, then you got to copy this code to get the software node, the node software running on the server so that it's minting you, and then you're going to go back to your back office, and you might need, some of you might need some hand holding through this because it can be a little confusing. But then once you're logged in, it's going to look like this. Let me just show you. That's not there. Let me show you over here. So this is what it looks like this is my Element. When I log into Element, right now, one smart node for Element is $6,800. I bought mine for $2,500 each. Let me log in. So when you log into your account, once you have your node set up, this is Element, so this is a different node. But once you do log in, it's going to look like this, something like this. Let me just find my login here. 93. Oops. Shit. Sorry, guys. When you log in, you can see, you can go to your rewards. And as you can see up here, it shows that should show that I have two nodes. And total Element earned 3,466 tokens. Latest reward was 1,460. It's every day. Every day I'm being distributed, about this amount of tokens. Right? And so if I go to my nodes, I have two. I have 2 of 2 active. Go to rewards, and then I have 3 million of them. So if I go to wallet, I can transfer out Element tokens to my, smart wallet or whatever, to MetaMask, and then I can sell it on the open market if I want to, or I can just wait for the price appreciation. Okay, so you're going to have access to all that. You're going to have the same, very similar kind of setup. Okay, but it's something that's going to be on a different website for a different company. But by the way, guys, these companies that are the main guys that are running all these, they're pretty much the parent company is the one that brought Gala, they brought Switch and Element, and now they're bringing this one. So they have a reputation for big things, successful launches, successful new projects. So I will get that in there as soon as I can, sometime today. It might be later today, but it'll be in. You guys will all have the opportunity. You're not going to miss anything. We're in on the ground floor. It is pre-market. It's before it goes public. It's pretty much, it's pre-public offering. So that's just the way it goes. Yes, in the ICO channel. Yes, it will be posted, Lisa. And this recording, you can go watch the replay if you need to. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. It's about 1:30. Got 30 minutes before the onboarding. If you're brand new, I can hear me talk again. If you're brand new, get on the onboarding with Bill coming up at 2 o'clock. If you've been on one before, but you still need some onboarding questions answered, get on there with Bill at 2:00. Right now, I did post my positions, all my open positions in my Signal channel. And it obviously, this is just the day after Thanksgiving, guys. So enjoy any family time you still have. But I think that the market is kind of recovering a little bit. We do need to hold above 90K on Bitcoin. And going into this weekend coming up, who knows? We could have a nice big December surprise like we've had every other bull market. And we could have a big surge to the upside again. That would be fantastic. And also I'll get the nodes updated, the node info updated in that channel. And there will be questions, guys. First of all, if you see my links for the nodes and you start to click on them and you try to open up accounts or buy nodes, if you have any questions or you're uncertain about anything, just stop. Don't do anything you don't understand or don't do it. Just stop and ask the question in the chat. Don't worry. We'll get somebody to walk you through it. Okay. It's not a big deal. You're not going to miss anything. We're going to make sure you're doing everything right. But if you don't know what you're doing, like if you feel like you don't understand something, stop. Just don't go forward and get help first. Okay. You got all the support you need to make sure everything's right. Don't do something and buy something and pay for something and not understand what you did. That's not smart of you to do that. And I don't expect any of you to do that, but I want you to understand what you're doing and understand where you're going to the next page and all that stuff, and know how to access the node so you can see it operating and all that stuff and get set up properly. But if you feel you need more help and you're just not sure, just pause, hold tight. We'll get somebody to help you. There's nothing for you to be rushing about. Okay. Just want you to know. All right, guys, have a great rest of your week. Any last questions before I wrap it up? Have a great rest of your weekend. Try to enjoy it if you can. If you got family, enjoy that. And I will try to possibly go live again on Saturday or Sunday just for an update, because we could see some big, if we can hold above this 90 and we get above the 100K on Bitcoin, we're going to see some big moves to the upside. So it's going to be great. And if we do happen to drop back to the low 90, it's going to be a nice short position either way. But I'll be updating in the Discord, in the Signal channel. I will have all the node information up today, and just ask your question under that post if you have any questions or need help. And if you really need help, we'll get Billy back on the line. We'll give you his contact information to make sure you're getting walked through that properly. Okay. All right, Derek, I hope I answered your question, man. Use your better judgment, my friend. Don't overextend yourself, anybody. Do what you feel is best, but this could be a big winner. And yeah, of course, the more nodes you have, the more money you'll make, but also the more money you have, the more money you have, right? Obviously. So don't, that sounds like an obvious thing. So don't, just do what you feel like you can do. And if you can't even do one node, then don't do it. Sit it out. There'll be more, don't put too much pressure on yourself. All right, guys. All right. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the group. Happy holiday.